Welcome back to Teach English Now. In this module, we've taken a look at the overall process of writing and given you some tips to help you provide feedback to your students. Let's summarize what we discussed.
In our first video, our teacher did not see writing as a process, but something that you simply sit down and do. The students, Hansel and Gretel, were overwhelmed when they were told to write about their dream house because they lacked the knowledge and understanding required for such a large task. Our wonderful narrator helped the teacher break down her larger assignment into smaller ones that Hansel and Gretel could accomplish, all the while building up their understanding to help them eventually complete the larger task of writing about their dream house.
In our second video, we gave you some tips on how to break down writing assignments into bite-sized chunks that your students can comprehend. We suggested that you organize your chunks, or assignments, into 3 categories: pre-writing, writing, and post-writing. Each category is a step in the overall writing process. We also talked about the importance of helping students know what you expect of them by giving them clear directions and a clear rubric. These should include specifics on the length of the writing assignment, basic conventions, required vocabulary or grammar patterns, etc. Along with clear directions and a rubric, you can provide models that clearly show your students what they should do. As we mentioned in Course 3, it is essential to provide more than one model so that students don't just copy your models. You may also want to provide models after the students have completed a first draft, so you don't stifle students' creativity, like our witch.
The last tip we provided in our second video was about discussion. Don't let your students just sit, especially your less proficient students. Get them talking about ideas and how they would organize them. Get them reviewing each other's writing and providing feedback. Help them realize that they don't need to go it alone, and they don't always need the teacher to review their writing.
In our third video, we got to see our teacher working with Hansel and Gretel to review their first draft. Our teacher didn't understand the importance of encouraging student creativity and felt that all student writing should look like the model she gave to the students at the beginning. Our narrator helped her to listen to her students' ideas while our students got the chance to write their second draft.
This helped introduce the idea of recursion. And in our fourth video, we provided some tips on helping students evaluate and change their writing through the recursive process. Our first tip was to go global first. Going global means focusing on the ideas and the overall organization of the writing before focusing on more specific things like grammar or word choice. Sometimes breaking away from writing and having students express their ideas through speaking or drawing or any number of ways can help them better understand their ideas and how they want to present them. Once you are certain students have got the ideas and organization down, then you can begin to focus on more specific things.
Our second tip was to help you, as the teacher, avoid hijacking students' writing assignments and making them your own. We called this appropriation. Students need to be able to express their creativity through writing. Don't be afraid to let them challenge your ideas and make their writing their own. On a similar note, when you provide feedback to your students, we suggested that you avoid rewriting students' sentences for them. Point out where their mistakes are and offer suggestions, but let the students do the rewriting so they can improve their grammar and vocabulary skills.
Then we saw our teacher take a second chance at providing feedback and helping Hansel and Gretel with their writing. Serving more as a consultant than a director, our teacher was able to let Hansel and Gretel express their own thoughts and feelings in their writing while helping them by making suggestions that might make their writing stronger than it would be on its own.
Now it's your turn. Think of a writing assignment that you would like to give your students. Think about how you would break down the assignment into pre-writing, writing, and post-writing activities. What readings could you give your students to help them build schemata on the topic? What vocabulary do they need to know? How can you get students talking about the topic and the writing? You may want to choose your writing assignment based on the reading you chose in Modules 1 and 2. In the writing prompt that follows this video, describe how you would break down the writing assignment and what activities you would have your students do in pre-writing, writing, and post-writing steps of the process.
You'll also take the quiz, of course. Feel free to go back and review any videos for any concepts you're unsure of. And get on those discussion boards if you have any questions. Good luck! In our next module, we'll focus more on some specific strategies you can use in each stage of the writing process. We'll see you then.